Hi, traders, and welcome to an update on Palantir. So, this is the 4 hour chart. So, to answer the question of the title of this video, is Palantir a buy? The answer is maybe. Good answer, huh? No, seriously, I think Palantir is getting really close to being uh, either a good buy or a great buy because I see two patterns that we're going to look at, a bullish pattern and a bearish pattern, but in both instances, I think Palantir is setting up for a nice bounce here. So we'll start with the bearish pattern. We'll go out to the daily, and maybe we'll go out to the weekly. And let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so back in 2020, the only problem I have is with this little, in the beginning of new stocks, it's always hard to tell, like, how do you count this little bit here in the beginning? Because all it is just a little three-wave move, and then they corrected, and then they took off in 5 waves. So as it stands right now, it's just a three-wave move. So this was A, this is B, and this is C, just a big C wave. And if that's the case, then Palantir is going up in a diagonal. This was wave one, and now we're correcting for wave two. And all of this is going to be just an A wave. We're going to get a B wave, and then we're still coming down into this green box. And because this is a leading diagonal so far, I think we'll target more of the bottom of the green box, so like in the low 80s. And this is going to take at least 6 months to play out. So if this move down is the A, we got a B up and a C down. This will be at least 6 months, if not 12 to 18 months to finally complete this huge correction of this initial move up. So that's the bearish pattern, that this is still got more correction because we just have an initial 5 wave move down. So if we just take a quick look, you can see I've got 5 waves labeled 1, 2, 3, 4. And as we're going to look at later, I don't think this fifth wave is done yet. Quite done. So yeah, so the bearish pattern says this 5 wave move, that's just going to be A. We're going to get a correction, B, and then still a strong, well, another 5 wave move down, whether it's an ending diagonal or an impulse. You still got more down to go. So that's the bearish pattern. There is a bullish pattern that would be very interesting. You could look at it like this, that this initial 3 wave move up, and then this big correction down to December of 22, and then you went up very strong up here February of 2025. This could be an A, B, C to here, and that is your wave one. And then 3 waves down, 3 waves up. Come on. And now you got 5 waves down. And instead of this being a leading diagonal, so the bears are going up, that's just a leading diagonal correction and then more down. This could be an ending diagonal. And then this would be, so if that's wave one, this was A, B, C, and then this whole thing is going to be a running flat like that. A little bit higher. Come on, there we go. And so now you have one, and then this will be wave two, and then you're going to go up 3 waves, break the high, and go way, way up above. And that'll be wave 3, and then you're going to get a wave 4, and then still go back up for wave 5. And that'll take 3 to 5 years to play out. So yeah, it's just a matter of, if you want to look at this as a running flat, it looks a little not totally symmetrical. Like the way, if it was a diagonal, like this should have ended more like over here probably. Like this C wave is just going to be kind of big compared to this AB, but no rules are broken, so it definitely can be that this is going to be where wave 2 ends. I'm kind of leaning more no, but nothing says that this can't be a running flat. And this will be 1, this will be 2, and we're going to take off. So those are the two patterns, really the only two patterns that I see. Could turn into something else. But in both instances, and going on to a 4-hour, Palantir is finishing a 5th wave here, which means we're going to get a correction upwards. And that's going to be a pretty decent sized bounce. I don't think that we're totally done, because if you look at the initial move down to 1, like there was this 1, 2, 3 wave. That was not 1. It was just the A of wave 1. Then it went up for the B wave. And actually, I think this actually was a WXY down to here, 3 waves. But what I'm trying to say is there was a 3-wave move down initially. I think this is like A, B, and then C. And this is just the A wave of this 5th wave. So this 5th wave, I think I'm going to slide over here, because I'm expecting, well, I think they already started actually. They bounced off, so 122 to 128. I think they'll give like a little correction. You'd have to be a scalper, because I don't know how high it's going to go. I don't think it's worth much. And then this will be the B wave, and then you're going to get one more down under 122. Now the target for this 5th wave is actually down in this orange box at like 101 all the way down to like 93. I don't know if it'll reach that, maybe. So, but definitely anything under 122 down into this orange box, this is just a great buy zone down in here. Anywhere in here becomes very buyable, because after this 5-wave move, like I said, it's either going to be, this is where wave 2 ends and then we go up to break the high, or if you're just completely bearish on Palantir, then this is a leading diagonal. You're going to get a correction and then down into this green box, and like I said, lower part of the green box, so down into low 80s at least. But in both instances, like the correction is going to be pretty sustainable, pretty healthy. I would at least up into like 151, maybe 160. We got to first wait and see where this 5th wave ends. But even if it like reaches the low part of this orange box, like 141 to 154, which is what, let's say it gets down into here, and it gets up to 140. I mean, that's almost 38%. So like, and that would be, I think, the minimum correction. Now it would take some time, and it, so it wouldn't be like 1 month up, a little correction, and then, another month. Like it's going to be an ugly, slow, little thing coming down, going up, coming back down, going back up. And it's going to be, I don't know, probably 6 months, 18 months. But you're looking at a decent sized bounce. And so it's definitely buyable. But I think if you could just have patience, you're going to be rewarded with at least a decent trade. So we'll have to see when this fifth wave ends, what's the reaction. Like if it gets real strong, they give a real strong initial move up, then that's looking more like this is a running flat. I don't, that A wave should have been bigger then, because this would be just so much bigger than the A wave. I don't think that this is going to be the two, and we're going up. It could, but like I said, you got to see the reaction when this fifth wave ends. The stronger this, they get a initial push up, then you could definitely be looking um, at a move that goes in and breaks the high. So those are the patterns. But like I said, both bearish and bullish patterns are saying this is the great buy zone for Palantir, and then it just becomes a matter of are you going to get a bounce into 150, 160 range before it rolls over one more time, or is it total upside? All right, that's what I see on Palantir. Hope it helps. Good luck to you all. See you in the next video.